What's happening, guys? It's your boy TC back with another video. So Arsenal are back to winning ways. So we're back from the international break, and obviously the last game we played, you know how that ended. We suffered a very embarrassing and heavy defeat to Liverpool. So we were back at home at the Emirates. So basically, as you know, guys, we won 3-0 against the Cherries yesterday, and Danny Welbeck put in an absolutely fantastic performance. So just to actually kick off this review, we will go into the team selection first. We had Petr Cech in goal. We had Nacho Monreal at back with Mustafi, as well as Koscielny, who was actually back into the team. We had Hector Bellerin as the right wing back, and we found that Kolasinac was back in his natural position on the left hand side of the pitch, and he was playing left wing back. So we had Xhaka and Ramsey in the middle, of which I was actually quite impressed with, but we will touch on that later on into the video. And up front we had Lacazette up on his own. He was supported with by Welbeck and Mesut Ozil. So as I mentioned, we obviously won the game at 3-0, and we kicked off absolutely well to boost off our confidence. 6 minutes in, we found ourselves 1-0 up, courtesy to Danny Welbeck. So the passes that led to the goal were absolutely fantastic. It was a brilliant interchanging move between Aaron Ramsey as well as Kolasinac on the left-hand side. He was an absolute beast, Kolasinac, throughout the whole game, and he was finding himself bombing up the left-hand side of the pitch constantly and continuously, and it was really refreshing to see. And he put in a fantastic cross, which Danny Welbeck met, and in typical Danny Welbeck fashion, tumbling into the ball and producing a goal at the end of that. It was obviously a good run by Danny Welbeck that led to the goal. His movement was brilliant from the left-hand side of the pitch. He found himself right in the middle in the 6-yard box, and again, as I said, a brilliant header that found itself in the back of the net. Lacazette looked totally sharp yesterday. His movement was brilliant. He was playing fantastic triangle football, which I like to see. Quick interchanging passes between 3 or 4 players. And basically early on, I think it was 11 minutes in, we had a free kick from Mesut Ozil, which was saved fantastically well by the Bournemouth keeper. However, the move that led to that free kick was absolutely brilliant. I didn't see why the ref had to stop the game at that particular point. But Lacazette, Ramsey and Welbeck connected absolutely fantastic during that little spell, and he obviously led to that free kick, which the keeper actually saved. So the second goal was scored by the record signing, Alexandre Lacazette, who was left out at the game against Liverpool, which was completely puzzling to me. Today proved that it does bring something special to the team, and the second goal, as I said, was scored by Alexandre Lacazette. It was a fantastic pass from Ozil from deep. He was in our own half. The pass was straight into Lacazette. He quickly passed it on to Danny Welbeck. Danny Welbeck back to Lacazette, and it was a fantastic right foot finish from near enough outside the box, and the keeper stood no chance. It was curling too much, and yeah, straight into the back of the net. This is obviously Lacazette's second goal for the club, but he's scored in 2 consecutive home games. So that's really good news. He is performing at home for us, and that's what we need. We obviously need him to start kicking on away. We've not had brilliant away days so far, 4 games in, and we've had 2 terrible away days. So basically, Lacazette scored a fantastic goal, and I was really impressed with his performance throughout the whole game. And in particular, the whole team worked fantastically well together. It looked as if that they'd received a massive telling off from Arsene Wenger, and this was the game that we needed to actually prepare us for our next challenge in the form of Chelsea next week in the league. So during the whole game, Petr Cech wasn't really busy. Bournemouth didn't really cause that much of a threat. and they seemed as if they were still on their 2-week break, connected with their summer holidays, and they didn't really turn up. As we know, they are currently struggling this season, apart from one chance from Jermaine Defoe, which hit the post, and then he sort of ricocheted off himself, and that went out for a goal kick. They didn't really pose that much of a threat. Defoe has had a terrible run against us. He last scored for, against Arsenal whilst he played for West Ham, whilst we were still at Highbury. So it didn't pose that much of a threat, apart from that one particular chance that I have picked out. So the third goal again was scored by Danny Welbeck, who I think worked extremely hard yesterday. I am at times critical of Danny Welbeck, in particular in the Liverpool game. I wasn't really impressed with the performance that he did put in on that day. But yesterday he came through, and he was running down the channels, creating options, making space, and his second goal was basically that. He found himself in fantastic space. Ramsey had the ball, and he basically had two options at that point, and he chose Welbeck, and I think that was a really, really good finish. It was a tight angle, but he found the back of the net. At that point, we knew the game was done. It was dusted. We just had to see it through. So overall, Danny Welbeck should have had a hat-trick in my opinion. There's one chance in particular that stood out, which is the chance which he sort of tried to chip the keeper. The angle, again, wasn't that great, but it was still a good chance and a good shot by him, and it found itself wide, but he did have a lot of opportunities throughout the whole game. As I said, overall, I was impressed with the whole team, how we played, and this was good preparation for the game coming against Chelsea. So by the time Coquelin got injured, we were down to 10 men. It was sort of just nursing the game through, and there was no real threat, as mentioned by Bournemouth. So what do you guys think, in particular, for in regards to yesterday's performance by the team? My personal man of the match, it was a very, very tough decision, but I think Kolasinac put in a very, very good shift, and I'll give him my personal man of the match. And yeah, fantastic performance from the team. Wenger seemed a bit coy during the interview, didn't really want to get too excited. So this was the post-match interview, by the way. He didn't really want to seem too excited. He was a bit happy in regards to the outcome of the match. We also saw Alexis Sanchez feature, which was late on, but by the time he did come on, pretty much the game was done and dusted. As soon as he came on, he sort of created a chance for Oli Giroud, and it wasn't a bad chance, really. But he is lacking a bit of match fitness. He did feature for his country during the international break, but we are yet to see him hit top gear for Arsenal this season. So again, guys, tell me, what do you think in the comments below? Please let me know what you thought of the performance yesterday. In particular, if you want to mention any individual performances, please do let me know in the comments below. And just another quick reminder, I am still running that competition, guys, to win the third kit for the 2017-18 season. So please do click the link in the description if you'd like to enter this competition. So once again, guys, it's your boy TC from I'm Gonna Talk TV, and I'm out.